Good morning. I am Dr. Dilip Patwardhan from Sangli, Maharashtra. I am ophthalmologist practicing since the last 40 years. As I am telling from different videos that I got the answers from Jivan Vidya Mission, of which the founder is Tatvajna Vamanrao Pai. About dharma, I told you the difference between dharma and religion. And this dharma was told in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is not a preaching book, it's a management book. It clarified three ideas: that God doesn't interfere in human life. It is just there. It's an energy. It is just like Adhishtan in Sanskrit it is called. It is there, that's all. Secondly, in 685th stanza of Bhagavad Gita, that is 63rd stanza of 18th chapter, it was clearly said that when Bhagavan Sri Krishna told everything to Arjuna, but told him to decide himself, yatha ichchasi tatha kuru, means you are the architect of your own destiny, was told that time. And third important thing, he told, why you have to fight? Because it is your moral duty, kartavya dharma. And as I said in the beginning, in last video, dharma means which will create peace in the world. It should be equal to all. The way sun is equal to all, tree is equal to all, similarly, dharma should be equal to all. Very simple thing. It should have life values. See, people sometimes don't understand. Ethics and life values are totally different. Ethics will change from religion to religion, country to country, time to time. The way I can explain you, when in India, if somebody greets by doing namaskar, whereas in Western country, they will shake hand. In different countries, different ethics are there. They will change because they are man-made. But the life values are controlled by laws of nature. As I told you, Jivan Vidya is based on laws of nature. So there are three criteria which one has to pass. These laws of nature and dharma should pass three criteria. What are those? It should be eternal. In the sense, thousands years back also it should be same, now also same, and after 1,000 years also it should remain same. Life values and laws of nature. Secondly, it should be universal. It should be same in US, Japan, China, India. It should be universal. And thirdly, it should be secular. It should be same for all religions. You may have different faith, but it should be same for all. And that is absolutely there, we all know it. It is nothing but moral duty. Life values are included in that. What are those? We know it. Duty of mother, duty of father, duty towards neighbor. If you take country, it's the duty towards country is important. If you take the world, duty towards world. All. And secondly, as a humanity, duty towards humanity is also important. Just put them. Now let us take duty of mother. Is it different in different religions? No, it is same in all religions. Is it not universal? It is universal. Is it not eternal? It is eternal. This is called dharma. And everybody gets clear concept about dharma, then there cannot be fight in each other. Because we all are having same. See, when you have got duty towards nation, because you are born and brought up, the soil from which you got all the food is from the same country. So you have got a duty towards this country, wherever you are there. If you are in America, Americans should have duty towards America. If you are in India, you should have duty towards India. So you should not do any harmful thing to your country where you are born and brought up. This is called duty towards nation. Love for the nation is important. And love for this world. We are forgetting that love for this world by doing very wrong things. We are cutting trees. We are producing poisonous gases which are reducing the ozone layer in atmosphere, giving rise to greenhouse effect. Lot of carbon dioxide is being produced, and that is leading to global warming. And what is happening? Because of global warming, glaciers are getting melted. They are melting every now and then. The sea level is slowly increasing. They are predicting that all the big cities on the beaches of sea will be drowned within next 50 to 100 years. There are precipitous raining because whatever the extra water is collected gets vaporized, and there is a precipitous raining anywhere, causing flooding and lot of problems. Why it is happening? Because we are not observing our duty towards this world. When you go against nature, nature will be there to give the reaction and you have to suffer. So this is called dharma. In Hindi or Sanskrit it is called Matru Dharma, Pitru Dharma, Rashtra Dharma, Manavta Dharma, Vishwa Dharma. This one should understand and follow it. What are the other things in which we are all divided? We are divided in Varnas and Jati. So I asked Tattvajna Vamanrao Pai, why there is so much unrest in especially in our India? Because we are divided in Jatis, Varnas, and there is superiority and inferiority seen, which is seen actually. Why this is happening? Again the answer was that it was not so previously. I was surprised. Why it happened? Both answers are available with Jivan Vidya Mission. The first answer about Varna, we'll talk about Varna first. Again we go to Bhagavad Gita, in which there is one stanza. It says, Chatur Varnam Mayam Srishtham. Those who are selfish people, leaders, those who want a selfish motive to earn power and money, they will utter only this stanza. But this is not complete. The complete stanza is Chatur Varnam Mayam Srishtham Guna Karma Vibhagashaha. There are 4 Varnas, correct. But the Varna depends not on the birth. It is not a birthright. You have to get it by your karmas. It depends on what you do, your Varna is decided. And it was so in the history. And I will prove that by giving historical examples. Not imaginary, but historical examples. In the previous days, there was Gurukul. In the sense, there used to be rishis or teachers. They used to be in forest. Every child, maybe kings, maybe any sardars, or maybe any watchman, or maybe sweeper. Everybody child used to go to Gurukul, where the teacher used to teach same thing to every student. There was no discrimination to teach somebody child some special classes. No, not like that. But then, just the way nowadays we take aptitude test, that time the teacher, the Rishi, used to check what is the aptitude of a student. When he used to observe that one student is very healthy, stout, having a daring attitude, who can fight out any situation, such a fighter attitude, he will be useful to protect our kingdom. So he was sent back to kingdom as a kshatriya, which is one word, who has got kshatra dharma, qualities of fighter. Not because he is a son of fighter, not because he is a son of kshatriya, only because he has God's characters. Secondly, one who was very intelligent, who can grasp knowledge very easily, has got attitude to spread that knowledge to others, has got tendency and can ability to teach it others, would be useful to create many new things, new discoveries, new inventions. They were called as Brahmins, and such a student was sent to kingdom as a Brahmin, not because he is a son of a Brahmin. Thirdly, Vaishya. See, if you have got very good acumen in business, isn't it? You go to purchase certain things, somebody else purchases the same thing and better one with less price. That is an acumen. Those who have got those acumen, they were sent to kingdom as Vaishya, not because of they were son of Vaishya. And last one, people don't know it. It is not Kshudra or Shudra, means not inferior. The way it is now, people think that it was like that. It is not so. It is a Sanskrit word that is called Sudra. Su means good, better. Dra means Dravya, means money. Those with their own skill, with honest means, used to earn the money by using skill, they were called Sudras. Now, I am a doctor. So I come in this category. I am Sudra. Because with my skill, I earn with honest means. That is why I am Sudra. A goldsmith, by honest means, using his skill, earns money. A carpenter, with honest means, using his skill, he earns money. They are all Sudras who really raised the prosperity of a nation. Isn't it? So they were not inferior, not at all. You will be surprised, no? I went on Google, searched for it, whether there was any Sudras who had any time power, who were born Sudras, but had quality of Kshatriya or Brahmin. Were they so? Is it seen in the history? Then I was absolutely surprised to see many examples. We'll discuss that in next video and you will be surprised. If you like these videos, please put like button on and subscribe to that and share this knowledge to others. This is very important to create peace in our country. Thank you very much.